Namaste friends. In this lesson we will learn how to write the matras in Hindi. So first let's understand what are matras. Matras are symbols. These are symbols. These symbols carry or represent a particular sound. Okay? These are certain symbols which carry or represent a particular sound. In one of our last lessons, we learned about vowels, right? We learned about all these vowels in Hindi or Devanagari script, something like a, e, u, u, e, o, o. So these were all the vowels that we had seen in our last lesson. Now, all these vowels except the first one, a. Okay, all other vowels except a have a matra. All these vowels have a matra or a symbol that carries the same sound as the respective vowel. Okay, now if we have these letters, all these vowels having a particular sound, why do we need a matra then? Then why do we need a symbol carrying the same sound? Why not just use the letter itself, the vowel itself? So let's understand why we have a symbol. So like I said, let's start with the first vowel, a, closed mouth a sound. Remember in all the consonants that we learned like k, g, gh, all these, you hear the closed mouth a sound in all of these, right? This sound is already present in all the consonants. It's inbuilt in all the consonants. So this particular vowel has no matra. It has no matra or no symbol at all. We'll understand why there is no matra for a. First let's talk about a as well. A, the next vowel, a. A has a matra or a symbol which carries the same sound a. This symbol looks like a straight line, like this. This is the matra. Both these, the letter or the vowel carries the sound a or open mouth a, as well as this symbol that you see here, the straight line, also carries the sound a or represents the sound a. Let's understand how to place this matra. So matra is a symbol that always connects to a consonant. It always connects to a consonant. So let's take a base letter k today. I am taking k, the first consonant, as a base letter. Now we'll understand how to connect or place this matra here. So first you write k, and after the letter you write the matra a like this. This is ka. Suppose I take g and next to it I write the a matra like this. Just write a straight line after the letter, cover it on the top. So now how does this sound is ka plus a matra becomes ka. Ga plus a matra becomes ga. Notice the difference after putting the matras. If we don't put the a matra there, it is just ka, closed mouth a sound. Ga, mouth does not open up wide while pronouncing it, right? But when you start putting the matras or a matra, mouth opens up wide while saying it. Ka, ga. Okay, so why do we need a matra? Let's come back to that same question. Every vowel has a symbol which represents it. Not every vowel except the first one, except a, all the other vowels have a symbol which is known as a matra. This matra carries the same sound as the vowel. Now, this matra is placed after a consonant to form a syllable to connect the vowel sound with the consonant. Okay, so once I place a matra after the letter ka, for example, ka and a join together. The matra or the matra sound, the vowel sound, now connects to the letter ka and makes it ka, one unit, one syllable. That's why we need matras. Matras help us to attach vowel sounds with the consonants. Okay, that's why matras are there. Matras, I'll repeat that again. Matra helps you to attach a particular vowel sound to the consonant. Ka plus a becomes ka, like that. But then some students ask me here that what if you wrote the letter itself, for example, ka, and then next to it I write a vowel itself, a letter. And let's compare it to ka and a matra, straight line matra. What is the difference in the pronunciation of these two? Let's see. If I'm reading out this word, it will sound like ka a, ka a. So I'm reading ka and I'm reading a separately. Ka a. You notice that the sounds here do not join in one syllable. They don't join. Both ka and a are independent letters and they are pronounced independently. Ka a. Whereas when you put a matra after ka, you put a matra, it becomes one sound. Ka, ka. So this one is ka a, ka. That's why matras are needed. We have vowels, we have these matras that are symbols which carry the vowel sounds. But if you write a vowel in a word, then it is pronounced independently. It does not join to the letter. Whereas when you put a matra on a letter, the matra sound joins with that consonant and forms one syllable. That's why matras are there. And this takes us back to the a letter, the first vowel. Now you notice here all these consonants, ka, kha, ga, gha, all these consonants already have a sound attached to them. Closed mouth a sound is already attached to all these consonants. That is why there is no need of a matra or a symbol representing a. We do not require any a matra because a is already joined to all these consonants. It's already present as a sound in them. That is why this particular a letter, the first vowel, has no matra at all. There is no matra. Okay, we just have the letter for a. And with the consonants, a is already present. But with the next vowel, you see, a, with this one, we have a letter, we have a matra which looks like this, and the matra is placed after the letter. It combines together with the consonant and forms ka plus a matra, ka, like that. Let's go to the next vowel now. E, short E. This is the vowel E. Let's see the matra. I'm taking the base letter ka here to show you how the matra will be placed for E. Make a line on the left, a straight line before the letter. Okay, left of the letter. Take the line up, come down, The loop joins on the straight line of the letter and then the line on top. This is how a short E matra looks. So now let's try to pronounce this. K plus short E becomes ki, ki. Okay, it's not K E. The pronunciation is not K E. It becomes ki, ki. So K, the letter K combines together with the short E sound. The inbuilt sound is dropped and just the short E sound is directly combined with K, ki, ki. Let's try another example. If I'm taking G, G, first I'll write G, then I put a line before, take the line up and bring it down and join it on the straight line of the letter. How will this be pronounced? Gi, gi. So this is how E matra looks. Okay. All right. Let's see the next one. Badi E. The long E letter. The long E vowel or badi E looks like this. By badi, I mean big. Big or long in this one. So that's the long E letter, long E vowel. The badi E matra, it looks like a mirror image of the short E, but this time it comes from the right. So after the letter, you draw a line, straight line, take it up and join to the straight line of the letter like this. The loop comes down like this. This is ki, ki. This time, ka combines with the badi E sound, badi E matra, and forms ki, a longer sound this time. Earlier, it was ki, short sound. And when you have a badi E matra, it becomes ki, ki. Let's write gi as well. G. After the letter, we have a straight line. Take it up, join it on the straight line of the letter. This is gi. Previous one was gi. Compare the two sounds, the lengths are different. So we have ki, ki, gi, gi. That's how we pronounce these matras. Let's go to the next vowel, u, short u or chota u. This is the vowel. Let's see how the matra is placed. I am taking ka as the base letter. By a base letter, I mean that you can put any consonant at this point. You can take any consonant and then you can understand where to place the matra here. Okay, so this is ka. So if I have to put the chota u matra, I do it here. End of the line, end of the straight line of ka, you draw a small circle, a little circle, and then take the tail of this circle up, curled up left like this. This is how the matra is placed. This is ku, ku. Ka letter plus short u matra becomes ku, ku. Okay. Let's try with some other letter. Let's take the, dental T, the. So if I have to put the short u or chota u matra, u, I draw it here. End of the straight line of the letter, circle, tail curled up left. Tu, tu. That's how this will sound. Okay, okay. And also, if you write ka and you write the letter u itself, then what happens? The sound does not connect as one unit. Now these are two independent sounds put together in a word. So this will be pronounced as kau, kau, tau, tau, Whereas when you start putting the matra for the respective vowel, then it combines as one unit. Ku, ku, tu, tu. This is how chota u matra looks. Let's go to the next vowel, bada u, the long u. This is how the letter looks, the vowel looks. Now let's see how the matra is placed on a letter. Let's take a, again I draw a circle at the bottom here. Yes, and then I take the tail down right. This is how the matra looks. This is bada u. Ku, ku. You see the length of the vowel here? It's gone longer. The previous one was ku, this one, ku, and this one is ku, ku. Similarly, let's try it with the circle here, tail going down right. This becomes tu, tu. So first, the previous one was short u, tu, and this is the bada u, tu. This is how u matra is placed. Next vowel, a, a. Let's see how the matra is drawn. Ka. On top of the line, I attach a slant arm which curls up like this. This is K, K. Why I wrote it here as KE? This E letter is carrying the sound A, A. Usually people write it with the E letter of English, but whenever you see E letter written, people are trying to indicate this A sound. Okay, so this will be pronounced as K, K. Okay, K. This is how the matra looks. Let's try it with the. I put the matra on top here, a slant arm curled up. How will we pronounce this? Te, te. A sound. Okay. Next letter, next vowel, a, a. That's the sound of this vowel. How the matra looks is, ka is drawn. Now to draw the matra of a, here we put two slant arms on the top. Ka, ka. AI is used to represent a sound where the ends of your mouth pull backward. A, ka, ka. Two arms, two slant arms are put on the top of the letter for this particular matra. Let's try another example. Let's take ma, ma. Now I put this matra a, me, me. That's how it sounds. Ka, me. That's our a matra. Two arms. So a matra has one slant arm, a matra has two slant arms connected to the top of the letter. Next vowel, O. This is the vowel O. Let's see how the matra looks. I write ka first, then a line after that, and then the arm on the top. This is how you write ko, ko. So this part of the letter itself, the straight line with the arm on top, is the matra. It is placed after the letter. Together it becomes ka plus o matra, ko, ko. Okay, let's try with another letter. Let's say L, L. Now I write a line after it and slant arm on the top. This is low, low. In all these matras, you would be noticing that the base letters that we are picking, like k, l, the closed mouth sound here is not required. It is dropped because the vowel sound is combining with the letter. So we do not pronounce this combination as k o, okay, or l o. No, we don't pronounce it like that. Instead, the pronunciation is ko, lo. So all the closed mouth sounds that you have present in the consonant, that closed mouth is dropped, and the vowel sound or the matra that you're attaching is taken. Now this forms one unit. Ko, ke, ke, ki, all these combinations come up. That's how we pronounce the consonant and matra combinations. Close mouth dropped, vowel sound added, and pronounced together as one unit. So this is O. Let's go to the next vowel, O. O. O is this letter. Yes, the matra looks like this part. So I write a line after it and two slant arms on the top. This is Ko. Ko. Okay, one line and two arms on the top. That's how o matra is written. This will be pronounced as ko. Let's take l. O matra, lo, lo. So previous one was ko, lo, o sound. This matra with one line, two arms on top, ko, lo. O is the vowel sound, and this is how the matra looks. It's placed after the letter. Now we've seen all the vowels so far. Now I'll also add two more matras here that you see a lot in Hindi. Let's see these matras. The next matra we are learning is known as the bindu. Bindu. Bindu means a dot. Dot. This matra looks like a dot and carries a nasal sound. Nasal sound. This is the sound that the matra carries mostly, but sometimes it also carries the sound um, uh, very subtle partial nasal sounds. Okay, let's see how this matra is placed. I take the base letter ka, and this bindu, this dot, is put on the top like this. Now, how do we read this? Ka, ka. The k letter now combines with a slight nasal n sound. K, k. Notice that it's not a strong or a hard n like kan. Kan. N is not strong here. If I have to write kan, I will write it with the letter n, consonant n itself like this. This is kan. But then when you put the bindu, it's a partial nasal sound fading away, something like that. The sound fades away. Ka, ka, right? And if in certain words this bindu matra, this bindu can also represent a m sound, a partial m sound, then it sounds like come or ka, ka. Mostly this bindu matra is nasal, it's more towards the n. Ka, ka. Let's try another example. The bindu on top, ta, ta, like this. You draw and write the bindu matra and pronounce it. Another matra we have which is nasal is chandra bindu. Chandra, chandra bindu. Chandra means moon and bindu is the same dot, right? So this matra combination looks like moon and a star. It's drawn like this. It's like a new moon. Okay. and a dot here, a star here. Chandra, moon, bindu is the dot or the star. Chandra bindu. This matra carries the nasal sound. The same nasal sound that we saw earlier, it also comes here with this matra, the nasal uh. Why do we have two separate matras for the same sound? Because some words in Hindi are written just with the bindu, and there are certain words which are spelled specifically with this Chandra Bindu matra. Pronunciation wise, sound wise, they are the same nasal sounds, but you would notice certain words are spelled with the Chandra Bindu. Okay, like let's say uh, a good word to remember with this is ma, mother. The word for mother in Hindi. Let's see that. So it sounds like this ma, ma. So let's write it ma. You notice there's a open mouth R here connecting with the letter ma as one unit. Ma, ma. But there's a nasal touch to the word ma, ma. So we put a Chandra Bindu Matra on the top here like this. This is how we write mother. Ma. It's not without the nasal N. It's very important here. It's not ma. Whereas it is the right pronunciation is ma, ma. Notice the nasal sound coming up? Okay. And another matra that I would like to cover today is the aha, aha matra. Okay, let's see the matra first. This is the next matra. It looks like a colon, two dots. Okay, let's see the aspirated sound this colon carries or this matra carries. Ka. If I put these two dots here, this is how it's placed. These two dots are placed after the letter. This is kaha, kaha. This matra carries a h sound, almost like an aspirated h. H, kaha, kaha. So we pronounce the k letter fully with the closed mouth sound and then add a h letter h with an aspiration. So whenever you read or pronounce this matra, you see this matra, you remember it as an aspirated h sound. Kah, kah. Let's try another example. The, these two dots. Tah, tah, the, h, ka, h. H is the sound which this colon matra brings. Looks like a colon. So we saw all these matras today. Let me take you back to what we've seen in this lesson. We started learning about matras. Matras are symbols which carry the vowel sounds. Why do we have these symbols? Because it helps you connect the sound to the consonant and form one unit, one syllable. If you write the vowel instead, then it won't merge together. It will be pronounced independently. But if you write the consonant and matra together, it merges as one syllable, one unit. So we discussed that has no matra at all because this sound is already present with all the consonants. Then we started with a. It looks like a straight line placed after the letter. So we have ka, ga. Sorry, ka and ga. If you write the vowel itself, a with ka, it sounds like ka a. It's pronounced independently, whereas the matra a together becomes ka with the letter. Then we saw short e matra. It's a straight line, comes from the left, goes up and joins on the straight line of the letter ki, gi. Badi e matra is the next one. It comes from the right, goes up and joins to the letter ki, gi. Chota u, short u. It's a little circle with the tail. This little circle is placed at the end of the line and the tail is curled up left. Ku, tu. Bada U matra, we saw it's again this circle placed at the end of the line with a tail going down right. ku, tu. A, A matra is like a slant arm placed on the top of the line and curled up. The arm is curled at the end. That's ke, te. A matra is also two slant arms placed on the top of the line. That's ke, me. Two slant arms curled up. O. O is a straight line with one single arm on top. It's placed after the letter. Forms K plus O, ko, lo. Or straight line with two arms on the top, placed after the letter. K plus O, ko, law. These are the combinations. Then we saw Bindu Matra. That's the nasal Matra, carries or sound. So K with the dot or Bindu on top becomes K, ta. Then we have Chandra Bindu, moon or star matra. This is how it looks, like a new moon with a star. So we wrote the word mother with this ma, a matra, and this Chandra Bindu matra is placed on the top like this. Ma. And last matra we saw was this h matra, looks like a colon, two dots. It's placed after the letter. It becomes kah, tah. So these are all the matras. There are some more specific matras which we will be learning in the next lesson. A couple of more matras are left, but we've covered all the matras for the vowels today mainly. So in the next lesson, we'll see some more matras, and then probably we can start writing words using letters and matras. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'll see you next time. Have a good day.